When Dajjal launches his attack, therefore, what he does is that he reduces people to a state of internal blindness. They see with only their external vision now. Prophet of Allah ever spoke about it. That this had to be saved until the very last prophet. What is there so important about a one-eyed man?
We are deceived into believing that without the system, we won't survive. But in fact, the system won't survive without our support. Just like a beehive, it needs its drones. People who will never ask questions. People who will never step out of line. Who will begin to need the prison they are in. Depend on it. Love it.
Epistemology, that knowledge comes only from external observation and rational inquiry, to take mankind to materialism, that there is no reality beyond material reality.
To the bottom. We need to go to where the real architecture of government is, and it's not in a president, it's in a global scheme to make the 99% work for the 1%, and the 99% are going along with it because they're tempting you with everything you want. In rap, a rapper named T.I. put a record out. He said, you can have whatever you like. Americans love that. You can have whatever you like.
To be Western in many cases means to have everything for myself and damn everybody else. To be Western in many cases means to be imperialistic, to go throughout the world with a puffed up chest like we own everything, we rule everything, we should have everything, and we are the rulers of the world.
Learn to live simple. They hate it. Learn to say, I'm good, you can keep it. They hate it. Walk with God.
scale, I'd like to talk about some things that bring us together. Things that point out our similarities instead of our differences. Because that's all you ever hear about in this country is our differences. That's all the media and the politicians are ever talking about, the things that separate us, things that make us different from one another. That's the way the ruling class operates in any society. They try to divide the rest of the people. They keep the lower and the middle classes fighting with each other so that they, the rich, can run off with all the fucking money. Fairly simple thing, happens to work. You know, anything different, that's what they're going to talk about. Race, religion, ethnic and national background, jobs, income, education, social status, sexuality, anything you can do, keep us fighting with each other so that they can keep going to the bank. You know how I describe the economic and social classes in this country? The upper class keeps all of the money, pays none of the taxes. The middle class pays all of the taxes, does all of the work. The poor are there just to scare the shit out of the middle class. Keep them showing up at those jobs.
A machine, globally fulfilling the needs of the few, teaching you that humanity will perish without it. How did it come to this? A world run through systems, a mechanical labyrinth, built as a prison where the bars are invisible. It exploits our insecurities, enriches itself on our ignorance.
Modern Western civilization, and I have studied it for a long time, is an amazing phenomenon in history. It is unique. No civilization in history ever was like this. It is the first time in history that a civilization has emerged like this. For example, it is the first civilization in history which has been able to acquire that power to dominate the whole world in such a way that the entire rest of the world combined cannot threaten its power. That never happened before in history. Where did they get that power from? They got it from an amazing scientific and technological revolution, which is still unfolding. Many more amazing things to come that will dazzle you. And the emergence of this modern scientific and technological revolution cannot be explained from the analysis of historical phenomena. No, it is an absolutely unique event in human history. Modern Western civilization uses that unprecedented power to oppress. It is one of the greatest oppressors that history has ever seen. Modern Western civilization is also decadent to its very core. It is a civilization that is rotting at its very core, while yet at its periphery it glitters like gold. Modern Western civilization, which has this awesome and unprecedented power, which is oppressing mankind. Modern Western civilization, which is also decadent to its very core, also is a civilization with amazing powers of deception. Appearance and reality are always different from each other in all that pertains to civilization.
lies? Have we accepted his definition of happiness, success, truth? Have we been deceived to believe in the false and reject the truth?
It is one of the greatest oppressors that history has ever seen.